Hey folks, July 31st, end of the month. Looking forward to see what's going to happen. Took 7 trades today, mostly on the SNGX. And I'm showing you here my monthly. I'm down $88. Lost about 40 today, a little over 40. And but I'm still okay. So we started off early in pre-market with SNGNX. It wasn't moving that much, but I did have an orange line there where I thought it had its max, and it actually went past it, and it's moving up. So we went ahead and jumped in. And of course, if we weren't noob traders, we would have waited for the pullback. But what can we do? So this was a very long hold. I just decided to hold it. It seems like this is what stocks are wanting now, long holds. Do not do it. But SNGX today, from pre-market all the way up until the market opened and beyond, was a great stock. It was moving slowly, it was up and down. It was a great learning tool because if you wanted to jump in, find the dips, this was the stock that you wanted to do it in. And it certainly gave me that type of challenge. And I had to hold this stock here, this first trade here for quite a while. In a couple of videos ago, I mentioned that there was a stock that had great news one morning, and I took it thinking that it was going to do exactly what SNGX is doing now. This is the second time I traded, and that stock that I was talking about was SNGX. At that time, earlier in the year, some no-name under dollar stock is the one that took front stage, and it's the one that went up, and SNGX just simply died. In this case, SNGX was just sitting there moving and moving and moving, and eventually took off, and it had more volume than everything else. Papel, PBM were also moving. Papel was dying, and then it picked up. BRME was slowly moving up, but it wasn't doing great things. And this is where SNG and X came in. And in SNGX, I think probably because of the news, people were buying it up. I started to mark up here. You can see that I knew that it was going to be a pullback, and I marked the line where I thought it would stop and where you should buy and then continue on. But again, fear. Fear is what only led me to enter it with small positions and then back out. And this stock had ebb and flows, and you can see there on the MACD. It went up, came back down, went back up again. And so if you guys got some of this and you guys made money on it, congratulations to you because you're better traders than I am. But for me, this was a great learning experience. It was everything for the month, everything between last week and this week that put together into one stock and following it. And of course, towards the end, you'll see me go down and lose about 40 bucks. And part of the reason was because I didn't hold it. I got out, I think, shortly after 7. And as I checked back, SNGX made it all the way to $5. And I was thinking that. I was thinking, oh, I should hold it, you know. And because I had already done that in pre-market. But hindsight is 2020. You can't know for sure, and you have to protect your money. And if you're down 40 bucks, you cut it before it hits to 100 or 80 or worse. So here you can see my orange line there, which I thought was the top. And actually between 189 and 201, there was a huge resistance. And this was exciting about this stock, that it was staircasing. So from about 168 or so up to 189 was its first staircase, and it kept moving up and fighting. When it finally is able to stay above 191, it moves on to the next ladder over at 205. And you see me here buying and selling and trying to hang on there. But eventually I run out of money. But that's what it was. There was where I had the last trade where I lost the $40. It was just about all the money I had and settled funds, and therefore I held it. I said if it, I could have cut it sooner, but I had to hold it. So that was my decision. But in here, we were up at one point. We were up at $19 before I finally went in on that one last bad trade, and I thought about getting out with $19. But you come to a gunfight, you got to bring a gun, son, and you got to let those bullets fly, and you got to be able to take and duck some bullets as well. So you're here. There's a reason you're here. Here you can see that I've drawn that thick green line up at the top, and I've also drawn the purple one. So the purple one was where I thought support was, where it was going to go down, and sure enough, it hit there. And the orange was where I thought it would max out, but I thought that if it hit that green line, it had an opportunity to go all the way to 5. And actually, in pre-market, I drew a line at 3, 4, and 5, I think, lines of resistance. So it was exciting. Here you can see I'm up $18, and it's about $6.20 right before market opens. And I'm scaling out, but it looks like it's going to keep going. And then I'm looking for the over $2 push. And it's eventually going to come, but it just takes a while. And so if your predisposition to hold trades only a few tiny seconds and have it move up, that is not working. It's just not working anymore. It almost seems like it should be called minute trading, right, as opposed to day trading if you're only trading or even seconds trading. But it appears that we are now in a market where day trades are the thing. And what that means is that you have to pick a stock. You have to really look at the resistance levels and support levels, and then make a choice and decide where you're going to go in and where you're going to get out and how long you're going to hold it. And then you got to hope that the market's fine. We had some reports at 5:30. Core index was a little higher. So that meant inflation was a little higher. And certainly the market at this point hadn't reacted yet. But I think about right around market open, people react, and I think people start selling and start taking profit. I think everybody is skeptic about the market going higher. I don't know if anybody can predict that we're going to hit 700. We're still around 639, 640. And so traders are still wary and trepidatious about what they're going to do. So here I'm at $19 and I'm thinking of quitting. Of course, the market hasn't opened yet. Still about 12 minutes to the open. But lo and behold, I wait. I don't go in right off of 6:30. I waited until well past 6:45, and by that time it's already, you can see there, it's already moving up to 228. And then at that point, FOMO kicks in, and you're trying to buy because you don't want to be left behind. And I still had I had additional yellow lines up at the top that you can see there, and those were points of resistance. And once I was down and out with no more settled funds to trade, I quit the interface, the software, and moved on to do other things. and maybe I should have stayed watching it. Because I think if I had held it, I probably would have held it at least till 3 or 4. And I think it was only 10 minutes after I turned off and I sold off that it started to climb up back up again. But like I said, you can't dwell on that. I finished the month on a good goal. Um, Nobody plans to lose money. Money is money. Nobody wants to lose it. It's your hard-earned money, and certainly you don't want to give it to the market. And uh, but $80 I'll make back in one afternoon, easy for the month, and then try to hit it tomorrow. Now tomorrow is Friday. With the news that we had today about inflation, I don't expect uh, a lot of movers and shakers. And what I'm thinking here is, as we go through August, the first 2 weeks, I think that we're going to see profit taking. I think that there was some news about Alphabet, Google's parent company, also having issues. So who knows? These big stocks will also take us down. But it was good for small caps. This was a great one to work at. If you're just starting out, this is something that you would want to look at. And I didn't play the whole thing because I cut down quite a few of the trades in the videos. And sorry about that, but I just didn't want to make the video way too long, longer than it needed to be. And I thought I'd just draw on the highlights. But I'm still gonna go back through these videos because I want to see the patterns. I want to see what where and how I could have done better. Um, and I'm not quite there being a great trader. I mean, you guys see all of these YouTube traders earning thousands and thousands of dollars. Well, for the guy who's just starting out, for the beginners, for the startups, that's not us. It ain't gonna happen for us. You're not gonna pull a car payment or a house payment out of here in a week or a month. It's gonna take work, and I am proud of myself at the fact that I'm down only $80 for the month because I traded well, and I showed you guys the chart, the Trader View monthly chart for July. So here's where it all falls apart. And like I said, I didn't have enough cash in left here. But it was written in the MACD there that you see it. And this was another example of where the stock went down and then waited, I think, another 20 minutes. And then it picked up again. And then it went sky high all the way to 5. So that would have been nice, but we're just going to look forward to it and, to see what August has to bring. So here for sure, I thought it was backside. It wasn't going to get back up again. And you see the volume there, a lot of red volume bars, 2 volume bars, red, one green. So now, if you knew what could happen in the future, then it would be a totally different thing, but it's not going to happen. So I hope these videos are helping you guys. Like I said, this is a great one to watch and study. If you had an opportunity to be in the market this morning, then you already know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, check this out. And if you're just starting out, please do not use live money. Find a broker, 50 bucks, and get on that simulator and work at the simulator before you do anything else. And I can tell you the simulator is nothing like live trading. The first time you'll start live trading, it'll look like all of these numbers are moving so damn fast that you won't be able to keep up. But eventually, you will train your eyes, you will train your emotions to settle down and be able to watch it. So I took one last trade. I had a little bit of money there, and I just took a last winning trade there just to ease the pain a little bit. And I think I wound up like $4 up on this little trade here. Now, had I had more money here, I probably would have gone in with more, because this was the catalyst right here. This should have been. This is telling us, hey, this stock is about to go. So, but anyway, it didn't work. If you guys like the videos, if you don't like the videos, if there's something you're interested in, if you have a question, leave it in the comments below. Like and subscribe. It helps the channel out, and it'll help me continue to make a lot more videos. I've got some tutorial ideas in mind, and I'm going to start putting those together. I've already started putting them together. It's just a matter of filming, getting the time to put them on video, and then get them out to you guys. So let's say goodbye to July, and tomorrow morning we'll get up and do it again. All right. Thanks for watching.